Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 2,500 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
JB's, happy Mother's Day.
What?
Happy Mother's Day today.
Is it Mother's Day?
It is. It is. Kids went back to school.
Yeah.
All the mothers have been celebrating online here.
Yeah.
I feel like this should be the actual Mother's Day and not the one in June.
May.
Sure, that one too. But
Yeah.
I feel like this
June is
one
Father's Day, but
in
yeah.
particular, it's like, hey, they're back.
Yes.
And you're happy.
Yes.
You know?
And we can become school year mom,
Yeah.
which is a lot nicer and more calm than a summertime mom.
Sure.
The yelling,
Yeah.
the screaming,
Yeah.
the sound of laughter sometimes made me mad.
I know. It
And I knew it was wrong, but you just go, when it's incessant.
Yeah. Can I get a toy every single day? Can I get a game every
Can I
single
get a toy?
day?
Can I get a game?
Can we
Mom.
go to eat every single day?
Mom.
Can we go play every single day?
And then they found a GIF, or Jagger found a GIF of Stewie.
Yep.
Mom.
Yep.
Mom.
Yep.
Mommy.
And
Mom,
then just
Mom.
kept tapping the button over and over again?
No, he just kept doing that. And then when I would say what, he's like, I forget what Stewie, nothing or something, whatever.
Sure.
And so he thought that was a funny thing towards the end of summer to do.
Towards the end, but you're back now.
I'm back.
You're back. Better than ever.
Some would say.
I'll say it. God, you look so hot I could murder you. You know? And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice segue today.
It really is. And it's a worry we all have. Every woman has.
Just being too hot where it's like, I might have to murder her one day.
No, just how easy it is for your husband, if he wanted to.
To murder?
To murder you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think that I could get away with it. We've said this before on the show in the past. So therefore, I don't really think about it. It never crosses my mind because my mind is so scattered already. I'm like, I'm going to forget something. I'm going to forget to pick up something. Yeah. And I know it.
They always do.
I know it. I come into the house every day forgetting a pair of sunglasses or car keys or whatever it is, let alone a murder. It just seems like so much work.
The amount of tracks you need to cover.
It's too much.
I just don't think you're capable.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And now that we don't have, fun television or movies or anything like that, we're doing documentaries. And we've talked about this ad nauseum on this show, but we got another banger coming out. They're going back to IP documentaries now, which is awesome because we were in just IP movie land forever. You got Barbie and all that other fun stuff. And if you liked it, all the Marvel bullshit. Now you're doing IP documentaries where it's no longer good enough just to be a documentary. You got to be a famous documentary, and then we'll do another one. 15, 20 years later, Netflix is doing Scott Peterson again. One of the GOATs. One of the OGs. Now, I know you guys did this on Crime Corner, and Delco, I believe, was the guest for that episode?
He played Scott Peterson. No. He was just
looks
Delco.
like Scott Peterson, yeah.
He was just Delco, but we definitely kept the camera on him and did a side-by-side. And,
even in the interview, so Delco in real life gives short, choppy answers. And that's the way it was in the interview in the police station where he was just like, yeah, I mean, things were fine,
It's just
not a lot of excitement.
Yeah, and Scott Peterson was a huge golfer.
Yes, Same as
and
Delco.
nothing really rattled him.
Sure.
Right? And so we just kind of drew those comparisons, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we even had his hair blonde at the time, Delco.
Yeah.
So it
like
worked.
he was on the run. He was in the lamb.
It really worked. But we also were ahead of our time in that we were looking at the case in a different way.
Okay, great. So let me ask you guys and break this down for the audience here. If you haven't seen Crime Corner, if you haven't listened to the show, by the way, download it on iTunes and Spotify and all this stuff. It's great. You guys are doing a kick-ass job on it, and it's really starting to grow. And it's rad. But you guys covered this. Mm-hmm. Now, from my limited knowledge to it, I'll tell you the only thing that seemed kind of wonky to me during it, and was how he got the boat or got that body into the boat. Because it was a little dingy and it's hard. Like I've been in those boats before, just even as a big man, just kind of walking around on those things, it's flimsy, let alone trying to drag a body into it and then throwing it out into the sea and all that other stuff. It seemed like too much weight and too much work. And also somebody would have seen you down there dragging a body into this boat. That was just my opinion. But what was the general consensus from you guys? Because I still think that he kind of did it. I don't really know how. But what was your theory compared to everybody else's?
I mean, our theory is like there is no physical evidence, DNA or otherwise, like tying him to this crime.
Nothing on her?
So in our justice system, like even though someone looks real guilty, acts real guilty, circumstantial, you can't go only off of that. And then the media coverage of it and the trial by media and things that they were leaking that should have been in discovery in the trial, all of that.
How many innocent men has Nancy Grace put behind bars?
So true.
Bro, I've thought about that for years, man, because it made her famous. And she would come up with fun phrases, top mom, and all that other stuff.
But you would go off of feeling, which is probably not wrong, right? But that's just not how it works, right?
But the problem is it influences people, and we're seeing that in today's world with elections and everything else. And back then, these stories were even bigger because you didn't have 50 million streaming outlets.
Right.
You just had a few. So what was the final decision that you guys made? That he was innocent?
No.
Okay.
We just brought up doubt.
Yeah, we just were like, even if he did it, he should get a retrial because of, again, how influenced the jury was, how media was putting out like completely wrong things.
They made a big deal of the ID.
Okay, yeah. So this is where Delco broke the case in that, do you remember when he was like on the run, hair blonde?
Yep.
Driving to, he was pulled over
San Diego?
he was pulled over in front of a golf course where he was actually, had called his dad and was meeting him. He had a bunch of cash and he had his brother's ID, is that right?
His brother's ID, which was a San Diego resident. And he was at Torrey Pines to play golf. And people get a discount if you're a San Diego resident at Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
Right.
Where if you're coming out of town, it's like $500 to play. But if you're a San Diego resident, it's $50.
So he had the ID, his brother's ID, so that he could get in and get a discount
Get
at
the
the
local
golf
rate.
course.
Yeah, the local
But
rate.
they saw it as like, oh, he's on the run, which both could be true.
But, I mean, anyone who knows anything about golf or sports or men should find that excuse immediately plausible.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. We've all done worse.
So he had
We've all done worse than that.
Yeah.
To
he
get
had
into
like
where we were needed to go. Yeah.
cash, which, again, he was saying, like, he just didn't want to be, he was followed constantly by press, paparazzi or otherwise, constantly followed. And was just like, dude, I dyed my hair. I'm just like, don't want people outside my house still, following my car still.
Yeah.
And even when he got pulled over, he didn't immediately pull over because he thought it was just another like press, unmarked press car or whatever that was like trying to get him. So it looked like he was running from the cops, but it wasn't a straight up cop car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things that we didn't know in the first many, many documentaries that they have done about it. They just don't say that kind of stuff. They just go like, oh, found with cash and an ID that wasn't his, dyed blonde hair, goatee, going to San Diego he was going to a golf course to meet his dad. His dad was there. He had been calling him, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So the dad was like, what the fuck? What? You know? So again, at the very least, if we have DNA, which I guess they're saying they may have. Point is, there's a new documentary. His case has been taken up by the Innocence Project, which is pretty good at least getting a second trial.
They don't just take any case.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, this is a big fish, right? So,
Yeah.
I was actually talking to my mom about this a little while back because her office was getting sued by the ACLU, the Missouri Public Defender's Office or whatever, and get shit talked a lot by the ACLU. And most people like this, like we talked about the prosecutor with Baldwin or the ACLU or the LA Innocence Project, they need headlines to get funding.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the prosecutor needs headlines to move their career along, but like the ACLU and the LA Innocence Project, they also need headlines to get funding.
Funding, yeah.
But wouldn't a prosecutor want this case to be like, do you know what I mean? That's also a big get to retry him.
Yeah, right now, if you're trying
Like,
to
to be
advance your
like,
career,
okay.
correct, yeah. Now, he did make a statement and come out and have a little convo here.
So it's on the documentary.
Well, there's two.
There's two. One, there's one on Peacock as well.
Face to face with Scott Peterson.
And I guess it looks like, I gotta say I wish we were on Patreon, but because it appears just from the thumbnail, Bob, that he's talking into camera right now.
It's Zoom.
In jail?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the lines, according to people here, one of his quotes says, "I regret not testifying at my trial, but if I have the chance to show people what the truth is, and if they are willing to accept it, it would be the biggest thing that I can accomplish right now because I didn't kill my family." That whole statement is very weird to me. So if you're saying what the truth is and you're able to tell it, what is it? And then what do you know about either what happened or didn't happen then?
He and has always maintained innocence and said, I didn't do this. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
He can't have any theories because he doesn't fucking know.
Okay.
Right? Why would he know? If he didn't do it, he went to fucking work. His wife walked her dog and got...
But after watching it, because I watched one of those things with you, the only thing that's plausible then is that I think there was a fucking drug dealer neighbor or something that maybe they kidnapped her there or somebody kidnapped her walking the dog or something, but
So apparently there was a robbery either in the process or had just happened or whatever across the street, and she had said something to them, kind of catching them.
Let the record show, though. He totally fucking did it.
Right?
Yeah, he did it.
But wouldn't it be more satisfying if we got another trial that they were like, he fucking did it? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
show me that he fucking did it.
And I want to, if he says he wants to testify, one would imagine if they do a retrial, he is going to testify.
Yes, he's going to testify. And apparently they have some kind of DNA that they're getting tested.
Waste taxpayer dollars.
Whatever, you'd fucking watch the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah, we're all going to watch the shit out of it. We got nothing else to live for, bro. We got nothing else to live for. However, I will say this. If something comes across the screen here, finally, we'll tell you what it is. We're in the middle of a good one on Apple TV.
Oh, yeah, but really quick. So the thing with the media as well is if someone did take her and was hiding her body somewhere else or whatever, the way that the media reported on absolutely everything and coordinates and where he was, whatever, if someone did take her and wanted to be like, well, they think he did it anyways, let's just drop the body where his fucking boat was.
Yeah.
So
It would've been
basically
super easy.
giving whoever did it an exact map of how to have it blamed on Scott Peterson.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't, and more now, that's why detectives or people that are actually working on a case keep things a little bit more close to the vest because they don't want things like that to possibly happen where the killers are watching and they'll be like, dude, let's just drop her here.
Yeah. And we're watching a dope-ass murder show on Apple right now. And I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
And yes, dude, it's a
Presumed
guy
innocent.
cheated on his wife and then killed the mistress, allegedly. We'll see what happens. Halfway through, it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
You're right, though, with Scott Peterson. The one thing you don't want to have happen when you're having an affair is for your wife to get murdered.
Yes.
Because, by the way,
That's
You're
the kiss
done.
of death. Sorry. Nothing you can do.
you're done.
Yeah.
No matter what. If that comes out, you're done.
Yeah.
Or she's having an affair on you.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
You
Kinda
don't
like-
want her to get murdered somehow. Yeah,
Kind of like Shawshank, right?
true.
Oh yeah.
Did he do it?
Old Andy Dufresne.
We don't know.
Old Andy.
Wait, do we know in Shawshank?
Yeah, we
It's been
did.
a while.
Yeah, we actually did.
He did do it?
No, he didn't do it.
Oh, he didn't.
The guy got moved to his jail, and he goes, "Hey, dude, my cellmate is the one that killed your wife."
Allegedly.
And
No,
then they went through the story.
It's kind of muddied.
Yeah, because a jailhouse informant.
No, not in this one. Tim Robbins was innocent. He was a fucking banker, guys.
They kind of allude to the fact that he is innocent, but
He was.
they never confirm it.
Right.
The warden doesn't
Which
want him
I
to
liked.
be innocent because he's doing the books for the warden. And then old Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, so like the kiss of death, which Amber Frey comes back again in this, breaks her
Does she really?
silence. I'm breaking my silence.
Every time she needs a quick 6 figs, she just goes to one of these things.
For
man.
someone who doesn't want to be in the limelight,
Man.
Lord, she pops up
It's
whenever
just an
she
easy
needs to.
check. You know, it's just an easy check. Every time they call you for Fuller House or whatever it is, you're like, yeah.
You
I'll
know
take
what
the
really
money.
convicted him too was that fucking phone call at his wife's memorial,
Yeah.
candlelight vigil.
Yep.
When he steps away from the candlelight vigil and calls Amber Frey pretending to be in Paris.
Yeah.
And that was it. He was done. And in my mind, if you did it or not, have fun in
I
jail,
know.
bud.
I know.
Have fun in prison for life.
I know. But she keeps popping up here.
There she is.
There she is again.
Amber
She's had a
Frey.
book and everything else. Super boring.
Amber Frey. And I said, Scott, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Yeah, she was very, what do you mean?
But it's an IP for documentaries.
Yes,
so
love
we're
it.
going to get all these. We're going to get all the things. And then we're doing biopics too. We're doing IP biopics. Now this one's yours, Jabes. This is all you here. So I was up working late last night, wrote the show, and I said, holy shit, there's no way. This is Jabel's Day. It's Mother's Day today. It really is. They're doing an Anthony Bourdain pick. Pop up the side by side of this guy.
Which I refuse to say biopic.
There
so
you go.
Sorry about that.
Go
guys.
right there in the middle, Bob. It's got a side by side right there. Yeah. Great casting. Who cares? Great casting here. Looks.
They're going young, I think.
Yeah, but that's when he started. Remember in the kitchen? What was it? Kitchen Confidential. So yeah, that's great.
It's better than, trying to young down an old guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he started when he was young, and we only know him as the gray-haired Tony who offed himself in Alsace, France, because he was dating a crazy person who more than likely drove him to kill himself.
Got to cover his heroin days.
Yes, exactly. And so with this guy and his build and everything else, it is perfect for those heroin days, that book, and everything else. And let's face it, if you're doing something gritty about Bourdain, don't you want to do the heroin days when he was in the kitchens in New York and the fun shit? Because later on in life, he was just kind of traveling around being the CNN guy, which is fine, and it was awesome, and we all loved the goddamn show.
Right.
But the interesting part to me is how he got there.
Right.
And I think that's what they're doing with that Bruce Springsteen biopic as well, where you're starting when he's in his 70s and getting going and working man,
Yeah.
when he was actually the working man for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Until he had a hit record. And that I like. And this I'm in for as well. I like that it's not Romany Malco or what the fuck's that guy name that we hate?
Rami Malek.
That's
Romy
it.
Malek or whatever.
Yeah. God damn it. I like that it's not him. I like that it looks like somebody else. We brought up the SNL movie last week. I like that they just cast people that look like the actual people and were good actors.
Did anyone
And I think I would go see this for sure.
Did anyone see The Leftovers?
The
show?
Yeah, the show.
Movie.
Oh.
Sorry, not The Leftovers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that,
the show, The Leftovers, yes, on HBO.
No, it was the movie with it was in Oscar contention with what's its name?
Talk about The Descendants?
No.
Okay.
The Leftovers
It was
is a
last
TV
year.
show.
The Leftovers was a TV show last year.
Holdovers?
Yeah, The Holdovers.
Sorry.
Holdovers, there you go.
God.
There you go.
With yeah, so
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Nobody saw this, but it got nominated.
It got
for a lot of
nominated
shit.
for everything.
Typical Oscar movie, right? It's that one.
Yeah.
It's like, that was good. It only played at 2 theaters in LA.
Bob, as soon as you pop this pickup, just looking at the face on Paul Giamatti, it's exactly why I wouldn't go see this movie. I love Paul Giamatti. But this face just tells me, oh my God, dude, this is a chore. Watching this is going to be a chore tonight.
I heard it's really good.
So what was the other one too? The Banshees of Inisherin. I heard that was
Heard it
pretty.
was great.
Banshees of Inisherin is a classic.
Yeah, I heard it's very.
I
good.
heard.
Haven't seen
No,
it.
I definitely heard. A24 is looking at acquiring it. Has it already been
Acquired.
the Tony?
I mean, it's already been everything.
Oh, the Tony
Tony
movie.
one.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the only company that's doing this type of shit right now. So
I'd be
yes.
in if it was A24
Same.
for sure.
And I'm sure.
But also,
it
like,
is.
it is something that no one asked for.
Bourdain.
Like, I was talking to them about it. Like, that
I think
that last documentary, for me, the ending song, the everything, like, it was it. Like, it put the button, I'm done, we're good, I do not need any more.
for you. But here is how unoriginal Hollywood is, and I'll just walk you through the last couple shows that we've been through here. Hulk Hogan and Gawker, right? Hulk Hogan has a completely viral moment at the RNC. Great, let's race this in, see if we can get this greenlit. The Bear right now is on fire, just set the record for nominations for Emmys for a comedy.
Right.
Awesome, man. What's the most famous cooking movie we could do right now? Anthony Bourdain. Like, if you're trying to push movies through quickly,
Kitchens are hot right now.
yes, and you have
Oh, yeah,
to do it,
the
dude.
Bear, huh?
It's
After
the
the
Bear.
Bear's
The Bear
success,
pushed
they
that
were
in,
like-
and they were like, "How do we make this better?" I know, Bourdain, and like, yeah, I'm fucking all in, dude. For me personally, I know you love him and all that other stuff, but like,
Yeah, I guess if we're going through, because there was a time when he was writing Kitchen Confidential where he was still working hardcore
Mm-hmm.
in restaurants and then like waking up at like 5 in the morning, all heroin doing the whole time, but waking up 5 in the morning, writing for a little bit, then going,
isn't that
going into
the
work,
Bear essentially?
writing the article that, yeah.
So I want to see it. And I think it's a good idea. And if you're out there right now in Hollywood and you're trying to push something through, that's kind of it right now. You know, your little movie about the Indian boy who made it to America on a Hawaiian punch raft and all that other shit, it's not going to do it anymore. It's not going to sell. You can't make those movies anymore. So it's got to be
Elian
somebody.
Gonzalez or whatever. What's his
Yeah,
name?
you're not going to do the Ellie Gonzalez story.
I would watch
You're
that.
just not going to anymore.
Are you
okay?
kidding me? Illegal Elion?
Yeah, not
Dude.
that guy.
I
Nope,
would watch that.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
It's winning every Oscar.
Because like we knew, but we didn't know, right?
Yeah.
Like it was real vague.
He's
that
strange
time.
too, because I think he turned on America later on. You were just like, all right, dude. Like, did he go back?
His dad got him back. It was
Yeah.
it's the only father to ever win a custody battle.
So
Actually.
he is in Cuba right now?
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's why I missed the '90s.
Right.
That story wouldn't even crack the top 50 today.
not a prayer.
Exactly.
Not one prayer.
Nothing was going on in a good way.
In a good way.
So that anything that happened was
Yeah. It's just like, there's
It
one
just-
little boy from Cuba who's
Yes.
not supposed to be here, and it's
Yeah.
the biggest story in the world.
and everyone his name was on everyone's lips.
Yeah.
And we had a few of those. Remember there was that run of him, Baby Jessica,
Yeah.
the kid who got touched by Michael Jackson.
It was all these
like-
just nothing stories that affected no one. It was all human interest because there was
Yeah.
that we had everything was over. History was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Little
Once a year, like a bunch of miners would get stuck.
yes.
Oh yeah, that was
And then
always
we're rooting
fun and
for
chilly.
the miners, and then they come up.
Chile.
I
The
The
Thai
soccer
soccer team
team.
in the cave.
I didn't
wanna
like
have
that one.
I want to have a word with whatever producer decided we needed to reboot history because 9/11 was an awful franchise to start. Look where we are now.
Seriously.
We're in phase 12
Because it was
of
just too
9/11.
layered,
Yeah,
huh,
yeah,
Bob?
Yeah.
It was like I needed it to be planes into a building only.
But was
And
it
they made it
planes?
so much. There was
Yeah,
so much
was
more.
Was it planes? You know.
What,
Was it
what,
planes?
Dan?
Tower 7, man.
Yeah. And now it's like, it's like we're still making it more complex.
Mm-hmm.
Planes hit a building, boom, done.
That's it.
Moving on.
And that's what it
Kid
was.
on the raft, fine, okay.
Yeah.
Scott
Get him
Peterson,
here.
cute pregnant wife, whatever.
I know. If she
Menendez boys.
If she wasn't cute, we wouldn't care.
They're both. It was just a
were
bunch of
both-
attractive people.
Yeah.
The only one that really wasn't was Amber Frey, but like Lacey was super cute.
She was good enough.
Yeah, that's a Florida
She was
mistress
good
for
enough.
sure.
Yeah.
California, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If she looked like Honey Boo Boo, then no. But yeah, pop that up on screen. That's,
Yeah, that'll
This-
work.
this-
That was good enough.
No, that'll work. You're right.
So
Sorry.
yeah, that's all right.
I was thinking of the one press conference with the pointy bangs and that bun, which maybe I should go as her maybe for
Halloween.
For Halloween, but only the press conference one.
It's deep. That's a deep cut. I don't know that one.
Okay, Bob. So she has a clip. There's hair coming out. I think she's with Gloria. Maybe when Gloria brings her out, because she got represented by. Yeah, right there.
Okay. Boy, that is a deep cut that you remember this. And it's not great.
It's my job to remember this. But
Yeah,
so,
this is before all that book money. This is before that.
Yeah, she had a glow up after this.
This was the
glow up
first.
For sure.
So I'll do first. It'll be a deep cut. But for Halloween, I will go first press conference of Amber Frey.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think good or no?
No, I don't think
Just
anybody
in the
will know
neighborhood
that
with the
is.
kids?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. Oh, who's your wife for Halloween? She's Amber Frey, the mistress of Scott Peterson, who killed his pregnant wife.
But before the
okay.
glow up.
Yeah, before the glow up.
First time she comes forward.
Yeah, it's very specific. If you didn't see it, you probably wouldn't
you
know.
didn't see it.
Sorry about it, but
Yeah.
I'll take some Twizzlers. Just put the Twizzlers in the bag there.
Wait, does she?
It'll be a fun Halloween costume.
Oh, I found her on Instagram.
Oh, does she have an IG?
Yeah,
Pop it up.
She's got less followers than I do.
Bob.
Whoa, Bob.
Bob. She doesn't like the limelight.
She doesn't
Bob.
like the limelight.
Only every couple years
If
she needs to
wants
do an
to
interview.
shine, she will shine. Pop it up though. Let's see what she's looking like now and where she's at. She's only got 6,900 followers here.
Adventure.
It does say public figure, huh?
That's what. That's
That
why I'm
can't
pretty.
really be her, is it?
I
Look
think
at
it's
that.
her, man.
Yeah,
That's
that is
her,
her.
right?
Yeah, that's her.
It's public and she only has that many?
This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wait till the Netflix doc comes out. Then this will skyrocket.
Where's
Who's
she living?
that?
Well, she lives in Fresno, I think.
Still? My goodness.
Is she married?
Get out of there, girl.
No, she does have
appear
kids
so.
though.
Okay.
I think this is her, right? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
that's
it's
her.
That's
That's
her.
her, dude.
She got some lips.
What does it say? Pop up in that picture. Let's just read the thing.
Wildcard 2-1 charity votes today. Link in bio. Fab over 40. Thank you for your support. Who knows?
That's not her, man.
Yeah,
is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Is there a check mark?
Fab over 40, dude. Yeah, this
She's
is her,
doing
dude.
one of those. She's doing one of those like vote for me
That's
things.
definitely her.
Check mark on Instagram doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, it doesn't.
True.
People pay for it.
I've heard you can pay now, so it's not
I
funny.
mean, here, let's check her.
She's got a link tree.
Yeah.
Did she have a fun, flirty TikTok? Anything in a boat?
Let's see her TikTok. Man, she's not even linking to her book. It's weird.
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Those residuals aren't coming in.
That's the same stuff that's on her Instagram.
Oh, dude, is she sponsored by Bucked Up?
Yeah, Bucked Up Ambassador.
Wow, what is Bucked Up?
Go over.
What is it?
It's that fucking energy stuff.
Oh, I don't know what that is. You know what that is?
It's,
Bucked Up.
It's like it's like lowbrow pre-workout.
Do we give Amber Frey
Boy.
some hard AF seltzer? Like, are we doing this now? With 6,900 followers, I could probably give it to her for free and she'll post
Yeah,
it.
I think that's accurate.
That's great,
It
dude.
looks like she'll do whatevs now.
Yeah. What's the sauna thing there to the top right?
Works.
Oh, just some fucking
yeah.
cheesy video from somebody else.
That's a Hot Works workout.
Okay, gotcha.
You just do sprints in a sauna,
So
man.
she may be like
All right.
sponsored by them too.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let me tell this girl what's up.
Yeah. Why don't you hit her up in the DMs, dude? See if she wants to go to Hot Works with you. I never knew that's what that was. It's fucking sauna and sprinting.
No,
Oh, yeah,
well,
here
it's
she
just
is.
a bunch of different saunas. And
Oh, with
you
Barbara
can either
Walters.
you can do like what's funny about this?
Rest
just-
in peace, Barbara. She was so kind to me.
Yeah, when
Oh,
she was
girl.
interviewed.
Wow, dude.
Oh, girl.
She was holding on to that one. She knew she was going to die soon. She was like, man, I got this pic for Instagram. This is going to be a banger, an absolute banger. Yeah, this is her, dude.
It's 100% her. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
this is weird.
Okay.
I feel like we're seeing things we shouldn't be seing. But
Yeah, I feel
but
like I'm
also
looking
like it.
through a window
Yeah.
into her home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, who's
Isn't that
that?
weird?
Who's
Yeah.
she with there? That's somebody? No. No.
I don't know, but she was
Mom?
on a transformation retreat experience, and it was an amazing experience.
Oh, she
It
is-
always
in Maui.
is. It
So,
always
I mean,
is.
Was what's his name? Was Aubrey there?
Maybe.
Is this an
Maybe.
Aubrey Alley all of a sudden?
I mean, she can do
What
this
if
though, right?
that connection was made?
It's not like Casey Anthony has an Instagram.
Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong, really.
Does Casey Anthony have an Instagram? That's a great question, actually.
Probably not, dude. It'd be
If she did, that would be
kind of bonkers
fucking...
for her to
The
have.
comments would
dude.
have to be turned off. I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
like
One would imagine.
comments on any picture that what? That's not her.
It's definitely a fake
This is a fake
Fake.
page. Yeah.
political candidate, Casey Anthony.
Yeah, and it's just her hugging her father, who she accused of molesting her. That's a fake account.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anyways,
If she did have a real account, though, I would follow it. Just to see.
sure.
I followed OJ for years. Hello, Twitter world.
Because she got that dump truck.
Yeah, top
That
mom.
dumper, dude. She got
Yeah.
that fucking dumper. But yeah, with Fry, she'll be back, and then her numbers will escalate. Maybe we hit her before these docs come out with the hard AF, and just say, hey,
Okay.
just chilling, having a hard AF. I've had a hard AF life.
Yeah.
About to watch this doc. I've had a hard AF life. And then
The
see what she
videos
says.
of her. Does she have any videos on there? Like 2-camera videos
Of talking?
talking. Hey guys.
I think it's like Kamala
guys,
Harris. You
just
don't want to hear the
hopping
voice.
on.
You don't want to hear the voice. I
I
think
think
that's
it's
the
all
whole
just
sitch,
pics, right?
dude. Mother bucker.
Yeah, I'm not really
Okay.
seeing any.
Okay.
Smart.
I'm.
Smart.
I'm
that's
good.
That's not her voice is kind of weird.
This is just
Bucked
a
up
sponsored
nootropics.
ass page.
I mean, hey, dude.
Probably why she only has that many.
Get that fucking cash, girlfriend. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Unless she starts banging another married dude who murders his wife, she's not getting any more money.
Yeah, but she's got a bad taste in pre-workout. That stuff
Yeah,
sucks.
for sure.
I'm not a fan.
Bucked
Go to
up
firstform.com//drinking bros. But yeah, I think we're fucking back with all this IP shit and everything else, and fucking SNL, dude. Can you get this? I know the movie's coming out and everything else, and like it's the 50th year. It's SNL 50. They're talking about during the Olympics, and they're gonna try to bring everybody back. Maya Rudolph is coming back to play Kamala Harris for the
excited.
election. She was always great at that. I wonder what they'll actually do with it. And
Are they
then
getting
there's fucking
Shane
Bowen Yang.
Gillis? Are they getting Shane Gillis
No,
for Trump?
they should, and it's so fucking stupid. Like,
Are they
God
getting an
damn it.
existing cast
They've
member?
got one, and he's not great.
Oh, okay.
He's not great. God, imagine if they would have taken that turn in 2018, 2019, and just cast Shane Gillis and a bunch of other these people that we love. Like,
Shane Gillis wouldn't have been Shane
No,
Gillis.
Shane
though.
Gillis is just lost
He
in
would
the
have been.
shuffle.
Yep, he would have been lost in the
He
shuffle.
would have been Trump.
They wouldn't have been able to They wouldn't know what to do with him.
he would have been a great Trump, though. But with this fucking Bowen Yang guy just will not shut the fuck up. Like, this is the reason why this cast sucks. It's all these fucking Gen Z assholes who are just so butthurt by everything. This is the guy who walked off the stage when Chappelle got on the stage because he didn't like his comments about trans people
he
at
didn't
the
walk
fucking
off.
thing.
He just like stood in the corner and was
Yeah.
like, man.
Whatever.
So what's
Yeah.
he?
Now he says, so he came out and said he's got a podcast, and he said that there was one guest host that made all the cast members cry.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, Christ.
Yeah, he said made multiple cast members cry during a table read for the sketch comedy series because he did not like the ideas that were being discussed for his episode.
So what? That happens all the time.
Did he say who it was?
No. He didn't say who
He
it was.
hated the ideas. Is he giving? I want to see if he's giving a season.
Yeah.
So he said he, so it's
Because
a
we
dude.
could-
huh?
Yeah, I know. Of
We
course.
could definitely guess.
We wrote a live sketch where it took place in an elevator, and she and I were like telling everyone that we should all make out or something because the elevator got stuck. Then for some reason it got turned into a pre-tape under our noses. We had to adapt to that. It just didn't go as well as I hoped. Like what?
All of it. It's just so whiny and just fuck right off.
It would be.
That's not how you handle it.
no.
No.
It's like Hannibal Buress, right? He is notorious for never getting any of the things he wrote on screen.
Yeah. On Chappelle's show?
No, on SNL.
on SNL.
Oh, that I didn't know. I didn't know he wrote for SNL. Actually.
Exactly, because
Exactly right.
they never used anything he wrote.
That's really funny.
That's the same with Zach Galifianakis. Zach Galifianakis said that he only worked for he got a job writing on SNL and quit after like 6 weeks because he wasn't getting anything and he was like, this place isn't for me.
A friend of ours got asked to write because they'll bring out the big guns for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So a friend of Jessie and I's got asked to write. And as soon as she was done with her stint, I asked her, I was like, what's it really like writing for them? And she goes, because it was this current crop, by the way. She goes, they're all fucking losers. Like, they're just coming to you with ideas where it's like, hey,
So what if we kind of like?
could
What if we're in an
you-
elevator?
and just like write this for me and just kind of, and then they'll just walk away, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what do you do?
You can tell
What do all these people do?
I'm trying to think of who it was now, though.
Same here.
So he's been on the show since 2018. If it's a
Okay.
recent one, I'll look up the host real quick. But you could just fucking tell, like, nobody tells these people no anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or-
it.
They're not
Yeah.
bringing out the best in any of, like, there's not, it's
No.
not hard anymore. It's just, and there
It's
are
just
still-
lazy comedy.
Dude, it's bad. It's just fucking bad. It is everyone. It's not even lazy, actually. To me, it's like it's too polite, and not even too polite all the time, like on screen. But like you can tell, everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, let's put that joke in there," and then it's like, "Oh, but then we'll put my joke," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, because you put my joke," and then it's just
Right. Trying too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Doing too many things. He said it was a he?
Yeah. So they did say it was a he, and that'll probably steer
give
me
you,
toward Louis C.K. maybe,
So here's
Chappelle maybe.
Here's who it's like from last season. Who it maybe could be. This is just last season. It's definitely not Nate Bargatze or
No.
Chalamet or
No.
Adam Driver because they've been on a bunch.
It'd be funny if it was Bergazzi.
It would be funny if it was
Yeah.
Bargatze.
He's just like a fucking tyrant behind the scenes.
I doubt it was Elordi, Jacob Elordi.
No.
And I do seriously doubt it was Shane Gillis either. Like
No,
I just
God.
don't.
Same, yeah.
He was happy to be there.
And
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal's been there a bunch, so I doubt it was him. I don't think it was
No.
anyone from last season. Let's see here.
And
I'm
Elon,
gonna go
a
with
Chappelle.
no. I'm gonna go with Louis C.K. When was the last time he was on?
Let me check.
I can
don't think
see him
he's-
sitting there, or Jonah Hill.
Well, I don't think Louis
I don't-
C.K. has been on since
He
Bowen
hasn't
Yang's
been
been
on
on.
Could
since
be
Because
Con-
Louis C.K.'s shit happened in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Check Jonah Hill.
He hasn't been on since.
Jonah Hill would be a good one.
Yeah, did he?
Can I ask you if that would be on brand at all for Miles Teller?
So well,
he would
here-
not.
Here's the thing. No, he would not yell at the writers, especially in
But-
comedy.
No, he'd be
Okay, so
happy to be there.
However, he happy to be there. He is a very confident dude, and like, he's a gangster and wants to win for sure. But for comedy, no, I wouldn't see him giving notes.
Okay. So here's one that's honestly likely that we totally overlooked. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I said,
Yeah,
I
but I
said Chappelle
thought-
or Louis C.K.
I think because Chappelle is so funny, he's gonna be like, nah, that doesn't work.
Exactly.
He's not gonna pull punches on that shit.
And he sat in the best writers' rooms
Maybe,
for
huh?
3 seasons of Chappelle's show. So, no, it's probably him.
Also, Jonah Hill did host once while Bowen Yang was on the show in 2018. So Bowen Yang was like probably a featured player at that point.
So those are the two that I lean towards.
It was actually just Travis Kelce.
Yeah, right.
That'd be fucking great.
Another one who's just happy to be there. Because the ones that got outed, there was one book that was authorized for SNL, just one. There's only one in the history that's been authorized. And they said, hey, this is your one shot. Interview everybody for, I think it was for the 40-year anniversary. So every interview all the people, and then whatever you have here. And they went through everybody who was an asshole in that one. And yeah.
I do have another actually. There's
I know
another.
who it could be.
Who?
Woody Harrelson.
No way. You
He's
think?
too high.
He's hosted more than once over that span, and I was gonna say actually someone who's been known to bring his own writers in who also hosted during this time, Chris Rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably him.
Chris Rock or Woody Harrelson, they would both have like high regard for. That they could either of those could crush them.
Ben Stiller, when he came on, wanted to wipe out all the writers and bring his whole staff in, and just said, "Hey, we're good." And they were like, "We're not doing that bullshit." So, yeah, those are the two that I'll go with there. But why tell this story if you're not going to out the person? And it doesn't really make any sense. And what does he do without SNL?
Bowen Yang.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast.
No,
Yeah.
I understand that, but like, it's no offense, but it's not even half of what Drinkin' Bros numbers are. So like, what does he really do when this is over? Like,
To his credit, he's a working actor. And I will say this about Bowen Yang, and that's one thing I've said on the show before. I don't necessarily find him like super funny or whatever, but I do always appreciate him because he's the only one who knows his fucking lines on that show.
Knows his lines.
Yeah.
Doesn't break.
Like he
will
doesn't.
go
He
full
rarely
force.
breaks.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's like the only one that shows an ounce of fucking professionalism on screen.
True.
It's fucking bad.
Yeah,
It's
there was,
true.
but there was a thread off of this on one of those Hollywood sites that I'm on, and they were like, "What do you really know him from for SNL?" And the same one sketch popped up over and over again, and I was like, "You're right. That's the only one I know him from too. The Titanic one, where he played the iceberg."
Oh yeah, he doesn't really. I don't really like love him on SNL, other than the fact.
But
that
other than
he's-
that, I can't name any other characters or any of that other stuff. And
No, he's just kind of like a staple character where he's like, you know, if they're interviewing someone about aliens, he's the like, you know,
Yeah,
investigator that's
Dude,
whatever, or
he-
he's the manager of the place.
He's
you know?
could be the
always-
Kenan
yes,
Thompson
he is
where
in
it's just the safe character.
He is in every sketch because they know he'll know his lines.
yeah.
He'll know
he
his
won't,
lines.
He won't fuck up.
Yeah.
Same with Kenan Thompson, by the way. Everybody's told me about Kenan Thompson. Like he always remembers his lines, and he's a steady in every sketch. That's why he's been there forever. But yeah, it starts soon. They're going to bring out the big guns this year. I wonder if he'll step down after this, because I think Lorne Michaels has got to be 78, 80 maybe. Look his age.
79.
Up. 79. So at this point, after 50 years and nobody's watching anyways, it's a massive run. You did this for 50 fucking years. Like, tip your hat and get out of there. Tina Fey would be great to take over if she wanted to do it. I'm sure that job is going to be open.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go to Seth Meyers, but that's just my own personal opinion. And
He already did it.
he
go
was
the
head
whole
writer. I
thing,
think
yeah.
he'll be the Lorne Michaels at that point. Because late night TV is almost gone. Jimmy Kimmel was talking about it, where he's like, dude, I'm going to be out of a job here in like 5 years because late night TV will be extinct, which he's right. Podcasts have replaced it. And so, yeah, I think Seth Meyers might be the guy there, or because I don't know if Tina Fey wants to do that full time.
Do you know who I think would be a great person to hire who will never do it?
Who?
Another head writer of SNL.
Kristen Wiig.
No.
Oh.
Adam McKay.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He won't do it though.
He wouldn't do it, but he was the he was the last like great head writer.
He's a very great writer. Yeah.
He was- that
one
was-
of the best.
The prime Will Ferrell years was Adam McKay as the head writer.
Yeah.
and he's got a fair amount of edge to him. He's super liberal, like obnoxiously so. But
Now he is.
but
He didn't used to
regard-
be like that.
regardless, though, like he has edge to him, and he's funny.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
that would
He's
be my.
a fantastic writer. But I don't think he'll do it. I think he just had a massive heart attack too. Like that'd be too much stress for him.
Yeah, he had to quit smoking. He was just
Was that what it was?
Yeah. He was actually Christian Bale told him he was having a heart attack on the set of Vice because Christian
No
Bale
shit.
Christian Bale had to method act to learn what a heart attack felt like, and then Adam McKay was like, "Man, all this weird shit inside of me feels weird right now," and Christian Bale was like, "Oh my, that's a heart attack. Call 911 right now."
God, the best to do it. You know,
Yeah, sure.
the best to do it.
Unnecessary, huh?
I love it. I love it, dude. I miss.
Although
Bale.
he is the best, so is it necessary? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I miss him
Yeah,
and I love him.
yeah.
But instead, we're getting other movies. We got your movie, the book that every
Oh.
chick has read in America. And you
didn't.
were explaining the story to me.
I didn't read it.
You didn't read it?
No, but
It was a
everyone
book
knows
club.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
It ends with us.
It ends with us.
Yeah.
Blake Lively stars in it. Came out this weekend. $50 million.
Yep.
And then her husband's movie is number one at $54 million.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, that
I
family's
know.
on fire.
I know. Not without a little bit of drama, though, huh?
Yeah, what was it?
A couple things. Now, weirdly, Bob is the expert on this.
Have you read this book, Bob?
No, but his wife filled him in.
Yeah. My wife told me all the
She
hot
went
goss.
deeper on the hot goss than I did, just because I didn't read it, didn't see it, thought it was just kind of like a romantic fluff movie.
Like
It
a
is
Nicholas
not.
Sparks type of deal?
Which
It is not.
Which is what?
It's not?
First off, that it is not, and that is how Blake Lively marketed it when she was
Yes.
being interviewed. She was like, "Bring your girlies,
Bring your girlies, bring your friends, bring your daughters.
have a Cosmo." And
What
come
is
see
the movie? Wait, what the fuck is it?
Well, I don't think we're spoiling anything, and I think it maybe needs to be spoiled a little bit so that you know what you're getting into. It's actually a movie about hardcore domestic violence and breaking
Shut the fuck
cycle,
up.
breaking the cycle of domestic violence. Ergo,
$50 million? A movie about DV made $50 million?
Yeah, but they didn't.
Way to go, Blake Lively. Holy shit.
But everyone loved the book. So everyone that read the book knew what they were getting into. So it really was a movie for people that read the book. 100% full stop.
I heard the book hits hard when you read.
Yeah.
Nailed it. That's domestic violence, and I love those jokes, obviously.
We all do.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
How
it.
did that book about domestic violence do so fucking well?
Because of how they marketed it.
Wait, hold on. Let's go. Let's take a step back here.
Yeah.
First off.
Okay. Sorry.
How
Bob
does
has all the.
How does all this do well? Why do white women like to hear about other white women being murdered? Why do white women spend their weekends binging fucking Law and Order SVU rape episodes?
Go on, Bob.
Yeah.
Of course it did well.
Of course it did
It's like
well.
their favorite thing. And I guess it's the same way like a bunch of like white dudes want to go watch like white dudes that look just like them be ripped to pieces by Nazi bullets on,
Right.
you know what I mean, in a war movie and be like,
Right.
Because like secretly you're like, damn, it'd be awesome to survive
Yeah, I
that.
want to fucking
Domestic
do that.
violence is a rough one, though. Like, I can't name a domestic violence movie that crossed $100 million. You know? Because you're on pace for that. So this is going to make this is the fucking goat of domestic violence movies then. But what
Again,
the
I don't
fuck?
know how-
I had no idea. When I saw,
Damn respect
Yes.
on Sleeping with the Enemy.
Yeah. I was just going to say we
boy.
could probably look up like
175
a lot
million.
of movies.
I don't remember Sleeping with the Enemy that well. Sorry. Was it Sandy Bulls?
No, it was Julia Robbins.
Oh, it's J. Robs, dude? She get the
Yeah.
fuck beat out of her?
Yeah, and then
God
she
damn.
escapes and everything. You also got
Yeah.
the hand that rocks the cradle.
Well, that was just a little mix-em up there. That was just a woman who was obsessed, you know?
But yeah,
I think you've got a
Sleeping-
J-Lo movie. Isn't she like
Yes.
escaping from like a horrible husband that's
Yeah.
like beating her up and she like trains to like, you
Go
know,
back and punch him and lick
get
'em.
away, to get away.
Punch him and lick him a little bit. Yeah.
So anyways, that's like
I
a
had
very
no idea when I
surface-
saw that fucking
But that's
trailer.
exactly, no one did. Again,
Wow.
unless you read the book. And like most girly girls that went read the book and wanted to go. I was going to go with some friends that were like doing like a, you know,
A night
girls
out.
going night out
Girls'
thing.
night out.
some drinks at
But
the
I was like,
league and
I
then
didn't
emo.
read it. Like, is that okay? No, probably not. Like, it's for people that like read the book, love the book, whatever. So they all know what they're getting into. It's people that don't, and they just see like Blake Lively working at a flower shop and like wearing cute
Yes,
outfits.
I thought it was
and
a
then, like-
rom-com.
and then like all the scenes with her and the person that we're going to talk about now, like it just looks like a cute love story. And like the trailer, marketing, every interview
Yes,
she
I
did,
thought it was a rom-com,
everything.
yeah.
So you go in thinking it's cottage core, and what you get is cottage gore.
Yes.
So I saw her on a red carpet wearing a jacket much like Jessie's, with no shirt underneath it. She just had her tits out. If you want to pull that up on screen, Bob, you can.
Gladly.
And so here's why. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I think it was was that a photo shoot
far left.
or a red carpet?
I think they were showing it overseas, somewhere. Yeah,
That
London.
is-
London.
that is a way
That
to
is the
do
London
that.
premiere.
That is a way to do that
There we go, Bob. Pop that up on screen
for sure.
for the audience.
And by the way, Blake Lively, like a top 5 for me, no questions asked. I love
Really?
Blake Lively.
A lot of people
Okay.
do.
Gossip Girl boy.
A lot of people
Of
do.
course.
Only Blake Lively in the town.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people do. But here's the issue: is this is what you showed up to the London premiere of this movie. So I thought it was going to be a fun rom-com, some sexy people, two good-looking people, and then they meet, and then it takes the
I
girl
mean,
out
there
of the flower
is
shop.
that too. There is that too.
But you show up topless at a premiere here, and it's about domestic violence. All I'm thinking when I see this picture, and Bob, pop it up one more time, is
Now, are
she's
you-
asking for it.
Now, are you
So-
wanting her to show up with like a makeup black eye and like, you know, some kind of
Or just
but-
a little more funeral-y
But
attire.
in this outfit, yeah, you kind of root for the guy in the movie where she's
Anyways.
asking for it. Don't you go out without a fucking top on. I will beat you when you get home.
So the little bit of drama behind the scenes now is between her and the director / star, her co-star, male co-star in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
And I found out some new goss
Oh, yeah?
from Bob's wife via Bob. So it's going to be, you know,
Is that the dude in the movie?
no. So the dude is that long. There he is. And those side by side with the long hair, there you go.
That's him?
Yeah, so this is the
How did
director.
this guy get a fucking lead in a movie?
He's the director.
It's a handsome man.
That's a
So
weird
he
one.
directed
It's another rodent man.
and starred in it. I think he's directed other things, right?
Okay. I just don't know who that is as an actor.
Yeah, I think he's.
No, I'd never heard of him either. I
No.
was IMDbing him last night while my wife was telling me about this, and it was Justin Baldoni is
Yeah.
his name.
That's a weird one.
You don't know Bourdain, dude?
Yeah, you don't Baldoni?
Dude, every fucking buddy knows
so
Bourdain.
he was one of the leads in Jane the Virgin.
So Ross really wouldn't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know that one.
He's
Yeah.
never
Sorry.
even seen a trailer for that, probably.
No, it's America Ferrera, right?
No,
Nope,
that
the
is
other one.
Ugly Betty.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Never seen either one. Never had one lesson.
Yeah. So anyway, so he directed, she produced, right? So wrote and produced.
She didn't write it.
She is not credited as a writer.
As a writer.
No.
So she produced it. I
Okay.
don't know how high level.
But I mean, she was probably given a lot of script notes, and you know what I mean.
Well, and
Yeah.
also we heard a little Ryan Reynolds wrote parts of the script.
He popped in there as well.
And if you do the timeline,
Mm-hmm.
it makes him a little bit of a scab. Writing strike wise. Now listen, we
I
don't
don't
helping
care.
his wife out just for funsies.
Yep.
He's not,
I'd do the same for
just
you.
because he's
I mean, what is it?
Writer's Guild.
I would do the same for you.
But also, like, what are you not supposed to open Final Draft while you're on fucking strike? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
suck-
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking blow me.
Were you on the
Like,
picket line at all? That's exactly what they were saying. Don't
Delete
open
the app,
Final
Bob.
Draft.
Delete the app. No, I would have done the same for you. I don't have a problem with that.
No, and that's not a problem either. But they're now pitting Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds as a couple against this director, basically. And the drama is like they're not doing any press together. They've got some kind of beef. Fun fact: I just need you tell the editing story of it all.
So allegedly, there was, I guess, drama on set, and then it ended up Blake Lively was not happy with Baldoni's cut.
Okay.
And
She
there's-
did
That happens a lot.
She didn't like the Baldoni cut.
Let
Okay.
me interrupt really quick. So any pictures, you see some pictures behind the scenes, like of them filming in New York, and it looks like she's annoyed, pissed, like they did not apparently get along in the process of this movie. Okay, go ahead.
That happens as well.
So
Yeah, for sure.
she sees this cut, is like, no. And he's being like, no, this is what I'm telling you, this is what I want. I'm the director. And she's like, no. So she goes out of pocket to hire her own editor to recut the movie the way she wants it.
Love that.
They take both cuts, put them in front of test audiences.
Yep.
Baldoni's test much better.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. And so did Baldoni's cut was
Yes,
the one that made
Baldoni's
it?
cut's the one that was released.
Because it just,
Hey, man.
everyone liked it better.
Best cut wins. I don't mind that at all. But I'm
that
sure
was
Blake
the-
Lively was, like, hey, we're the most famous people on the planet, and I'm going to get this. Here's the thing you can't argue about is the numbers. So now this story, if I'm her or him, I don't fucking talk about it. I don't bring it up. And you let this movie go to, 100 million plus, whatever it's going to do. Make all the money because it's going to go online after that and everything else. And I bury that way down deep inside and talk about it on a podcast 5 years from now.
Yeah, so I think they are. Like, they're not, right, Bob? Like, they're not speaking out in any way about this, which is smart. They're
heard
just
everything, yeah.
not hanging out and doing stuff together, which for a movie this big and they're the co-stars and director, it's weird to not see them at least walking
Sure.
a red carpet or in a picture together or whatever. So
But here's where they got lucky is her husband's movie is the biggest movie of the year, and it's back to back like this. So like it's a fun story about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds right now. I still don't know that guy's name until you guys just said it. So you're fine, and it's all making a shit ton of money. So
but to your
keep
point,
it to yourself. Like, yeah,
your
bury
point,
down.
it feels a little bit like a bully situation if we're really breaking it down the way I'm thinking about it, where it's like he's the director, she's Blake motherfucking Lively, her husband is motherfucking Ryan Reynolds, and he'll rewrite some fucking shit, and he's just like, dude, I'm just trying to, right?
Make a movie, yeah.
trying to directing it. I'm starring in it. Whatever.
Are you gonna let me do the job?
Are you gonna let me
do
it just because you never heard of me and you're going to Wrexham or whatever? Like, I can't. You don't think I have any possible way that I know what the fuck I'm talking about?
Also, I don't.
And that's exactly what happened.
I don't really understand why. And I think Blake Lively's great and talented and everything, but like, I don't think has so much great experience and artistic vision that she would necessarily know better than this guy what's good and what's not.
But you're coming off of hang on, you're coming off of Barbie with Margot Robbie, who produced it. You know, she's the boss ass.
On it.
What's that?
We are literally just talking about Blake Lively.
No, hang on. But here's where I'm going with this. So Margot Robbie got all the credit in the world for producing that movie, making it happen, all that other shit, and then the power that she had behind it. I think Blake Lively wanted to do the same thing with this, and sometimes a fucking cut isn't the cut you want it to be. So like, there's nothing you could do. Margot Robbie didn't get a fucking other editor.
I think Margot Robbie's not going to big dick Greta Gerwig.
That's what I think.
Because
what I'm saying is the power dynamic here was a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
In that, like, a Greta Gerwig is a Greta Gerwig.
Right.
This guy is a whatever. For some reason, he was chosen by somebody, right?
That's what I can't figure out. Because
I'm trying to see.
It was the right choice.
It was. Look, you can't argue with the numbers. I'm with you, Jesse. I think she probably thought, all right, well, I can push this guy around. Who the fuck is, what is his name? Justin Baldoni?
Yeah.
I still don't know after like 5 times. And yeah, she probably went in there and was just like, all right, cool, man. We're going to make the movie that we're going to make, and it doesn't really matter, and I'm producing it. And I'll get it done. He fought for his cut and his thing, and he won, and now the movie's a huge success. So what are you going to say about it?
Yeah.
And it'd be smart that both parties say nothing and just let it continue on and be successful.
Yeah.
But this happens a lot. So I think it's because there isn't a lot of shit that's out right now. You take these stories and kind of blow them up out of proportion because there's not 50 movies coming out a year that you can talk about all these weird stories.
Does this make it harder for Blake Lively to hire directors in the future for her production company?
No. I think in the future, though, she's going to only hire directors that will listen to Blake Lively.
Okay.
Yeah, she made a mistake.
But that does make it harder, right? Because then you can't get a big name director necessarily. Someone you can't push around.
Yeah, and you're going to get a Blake Lively cut, which clearly doesn't fucking track. So she's not going to take the L and be like, all right, she's going to go, you're replaced.
Yeah.
And there is a sequel to this. So
oh, there is.
It begins with us. So I wonder who's going to be fucking directing that.
Ah, got it. Because when you're this successful, you're doing that sequel.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big boy paycheck.
I think she's a little bit more involved than just a producer, right? I want to say I don't know. She had more pull than just producer. Whether I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, hit movie.
I don't know enough about it. I'm sorry, but I think
she
either has like the rights to it, her production company, something.
Oh, she bought the book rights?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What do we got?
In 2019, Justin Baldoni optioned the novel.
Oh.
Wow.
In January 2023, Blake Lively was cast in the role. And then, let's see here.
Imagine.
How did he get the money to option that book?
By the way, imagine that.
Wow.
Way back in the day when it first, like,
this was his baby.
Nobody was, like, freaking out about it yet. He was like, this fucking book is awesome. I'm doing this, however.
Wow.
And then you think, okay, we're hiring Blake Lively, and it just fucking...
So this was
definitely
his baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Your problem was...
Yeah. I remember...
You should have hired a baby.
When our buddy did Wolf of Wall Street and produced it, DiCaprio was the same way. He licensed the book. That was his fucking baby. And he said, look, I'm only doing this if Scorsese does it because that's the only way that we can do this correctly.
Right.
And he fought for fucking 10 years to make that goddamn thing.
So now this makes more sense, too, because people that read the book, the girl in the book is a lot younger. Not a lot younger, but she's 10 years younger, right, than Blake Lively. A younger 20-something that's, like, making all these mistakes, right? And
how old is the dude? Because he looks kind of old here. How old's the dude in the book?
I think a little bit older.
He's actually like comically young because he's like 27 and he's a neurosurgeon, which no.
No, you wouldn't be even out of school yet.
Right,
You wouldn't be
right,
finishing that
right,
degree until you're
right.
28.
But yeah, she's 20. She's 26 in the book. And when people first saw like images of It Ends With Us coming out as Blake Lively, they were like, oh. So he wanted to make this movie, I bet, with a fucking nobody that he thought was fucking good.
Sure.
And they were like, no, you have to put
The only way you can sell this worldwide is to get a name.
Blake Lively. And he's
if
like,
you want to be in
dude,
it.
he's like, no. And apparently another bit of hot goss is he was like, no, because she was like just postpartum. So he was saying shit about her like looking like she is older
Baby
and
weight.
looked like she just had a baby. No
Yeah,
offense. She
yeah.
gets back to it. It's all good. But when they were filming, she wasn't.
Man, I've completely changed on this now that you guys uncovered this story. I'm on his side now. If he optioned the rights to the book, this motherfucker's been living with this
He
for
was forced.
years.
He was forced to hire Blake Lively, and was like, "You motherfucker."
You got a
So,
hit movie
yeah.
out of it. Holy shit, dude. Okay. I'm
It
Team
ends-
Baldoni. I never thought I'd say that in my life.
Well, it ends with Baldoni. That's your first and last,
It
buddy.
sure does. Well, no. If
but
he's going to have a sequel.
I don't know.
Does he get
if
killed off in the book?
I don't know if he optioned the
But
sequel.
it begins with us.
Yeah, so
Not-
they
doesn't
do it
end.
backwards. So it ends with us.
Okay.
And then the next one is called It Begins With Us.
So is it two different people or?
What? No, it's the same.
Oh, it is.
It's a sequel, but it throws people off because the first one is called It Ends With Us.
So you got to get him
Second
back.
one.
You got to get him back. They're going to have to figure it out.
Do they? Unless he has the rights to it, which I don't know if he got both.
Not sure, but either way, you can't swap out the actor if it's the same one in the same story in the same book. People would be pissed.
Well, she'll try, and it might not test well, and then she'll have to hire him back. And oh, whoops, they don't get along because Blake Lively's trying to fuck with your shit the whole time.
50 Shades of Grey, they hated each other, so whatever.
Yeah, but they didn't. Neither one of them had any power over each other, right? So it was just
Yeah.
like, we don't like each other, but I can't get you fired. You can't get me fired. It is what it is.
Yeah. Damn, man. That's a wild story. I didn't
like
know
it.
that. Yeah, I did
I
too.
like it.
And that was a deep dive, a Baldoni deep dive today that I
Yeah.
was not
So It Ends
expecting.
With Us is about a love story in a flower shop and some hardcore domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I say, let's go.
Yeah. I can see Katy Perry getting beat pretty soon here. You know, now that she's not doing Idol and things like that.
By an Orlando.
Yeah, I think that's just going to go south pretty bad. He's on this weird kick where they're doing extreme shit,
He has a show.
but now they're just doing it in real life. They jumped out of a fucking helicopter yesterday or the day before. Why?
I think it's in his show, right?
I don't know. I don't know why you would do this.
So he's doing this fun midlife crisis show where
It's the same as Zac Efron's. Remember, he did the same thing where it was like, oh, I'm going to do these adventures around the world.
Let's be clear. Zac Efron's adventures were like, I'm going to do a water tasting in Greece. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go to this waterfall and like chill. So his was like not really super adventurous. Orlando Bloom, on the other hand, is like trying to do like the craziest weird stunts and push himself to the limit.
Okay. Why? Did he say why just to do it at this
Just
age?
because he wanted to do it.
That's fun. That's fun.
And he can, and he's bored, and they probably came to him. I don't know what it is. But
Poor
in
Katy
one
Perry,
of
she
the
just can't figure it out,
episodes,
you know?
in one of the episodes, she's like standing, he's jumping, doing like a, whatever, jumping out of a plane, and she's standing there, oh my God, freaked out in the show. So it was only a matter of time before Katy Perry was like, I want some of that fucking shine.
Yeah.
Let me go too. You're not going to do this by yourself. You don't get anything to yourself, okay? We are married.
Well, now, because she's out of Idol, they replaced her with Carrie Underwood, and the album bombed. So, yeah, she's got to jump out of fucking helicopters now.
And he was like, dude, I just want to like go and do dude shit. And she was like, can I come?
Nope.
And he's like, God, yeah, you can come.
Yeah.
You can come. No, I'd literally love to have you there.
He tries to kill her on the first stunt,
Yep.
If her head would have gotten chopped off by this helicopter, do you
He's
imagine?
like, babe, you have to jump up.
Oh, you gotta
Jump
go
as high as you can up into the air, close to
Obliged.
the helicopter. I don't know why that's what they want you to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
there's
what
nobody.
this is.
There's nobody really cool anymore who's just kind of chilling out, like a Vince Vaughn. You and I watched Hot Ones the other night, and he's popping up everywhere because he's promoting that Apple show.
Yeah, which I think it might be good.
It looks good.
It does look good.
A funny bloodline. It's kind of what it is.
It's kind of
right?
like the tagline to it, but Hot Ones was great. He was great on Hot Ones, and he's great on everything. He's always just been fucking rad, including real life. He's just a fucking rad dude. But he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then you get to pick the people that give the speeches for you. Mm-hmm. He picked Mel Gibson, which I thought was an odd choice yesterday.
Dude, that's fucking great.
What did they work on, and how do they even know each other?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
It is a not good World War II movie in which Vince Vaughn plays like the sergeant of this whatever platoon. And,
Okay.
it's about the guy Andrew Garfield starred in it. It's about the religious guy in the Marines who was a conscientious objector. Like he wanted to serve, but he wouldn't shoot a rifle, so he became a medic and saved a bunch of people. It was I couldn't finish it.
Yeah,
It was bad.
Really fucking boring too.
No, like there's combat, there's fighting. It was not good.
It's got 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So you didn't think out of everyone, they had a connection?
That's great.
What was the speech like? Did it sound like they known each other, hang out?
I didn't watch the speech, but if you pull up the picture, here's the beauty of it. Vince Vaughn's in his suit. You know, he's getting handprints in the Walk of Fame and all the fun stuff. Mel Gibson showed up in like a fucking sarong or something weird. Yeah, there it is.
I love it.
He's in board shorts.
Oh, he's in board shorts.
dude.
Is that what that is? Holy shit.
He came from Malibu.
Literally lives there. Holy shit. So yeah,
No.
he was on a paddleboard earlier and then just said, oh shit, I've got this thing at 3. And I got to drive to Hollywood there.
I don't know Vince Vaughn. In my mind, I feel like I do, but I don't. But if I were him, I would be like, what would be the kind of funniest, weirdest, and I'll just tell Mel, come, no big deal, just come like however. Like, don't need to dress up. Like, I'll just tell Mel Gibson to come and show up. And like, I could also see them being bros too. Like, you know?
I don't know, man. Mel Gibson's weird in real life, so who fucking knows, man? This one made no sense to me whatsoever. Like I thought, all right, Favreau. Let's have Favreau there. Let's have Owen Wilson
2 on the nose.
there. It's your Hollywood Walk of Fame.
2 on the nose.
You want Mel Gibson to show up in board shorts?
Yep. I'm telling you, I don't know him. I don't know Vince Vaughn, but I feel like I do. And I would have, if I could, and I was famous enough, do the exact same thing. I would
a
have the
fun
weirdest
weirdo.
I would have the weirdest motherfucker show up. Not the Owen Wilson, not the whatever. I would have Mel Gibson. Fresh off a paddleboard with no seam socks and black like Reeboks.
He used to drive this purple Trans Am, Vince Vaughn, and it was like unironic, and it had a tape player in it, and it was just like jazz. So when he pulled up, it was like jazz music, and you were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But you don't know if it was ironic or not. Like
don't.
that's the beauty
You're right.
of him.
I
It's like
don't.
they could be good bros, and this is 100% serious, or not.
I know. I don't know. I don't
And
know
I
the
like
answer.
it.
I don't know the answer, but it's so fucking weird to me. Where I was like, it's like Swingers made him, you know. And then Favreau was in Rudy with him. Like that's where they met. So I was like, all right, it's got to be Favreau and maybe Owen Wilson. Those are the 2 that I really associate him with. Mm-hmm. Maybe a Todd Phillips or something like that because they did all those movies together. But then now, dude, Mel Gibson just got off the beach. Said, hey,
don't
you ready?
know.
You ready to party, sugar tits? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't know if Vince Vaughn is real close with them anymore because of his a little bit more conservative views now.
Well,
Gun ownership, cancel.
if you're gonna go, go that route, then yes, that would be the
Yeah.
perfect guy. The 2
So,
of
like,
them are
those,
both right
like-
and conservative, and yeah.
Favreau and if you're still deep in the Hollywood machine, you're like, I can't go
Favreau
to
is,
this.
yeah.
Like I can't go to this.
Sure.
Or they probably fell out over certain elections or political situations for sure.
Who knows? You know the odd play. The last time I saw him in that fucking Trans Am when we talked to him was we were going to vote in 2008. and it was on my street at the bottom. And Clayne was good friends with him, so we've been out with him a few times. At it was literally at the voting poll in 2008. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Okay.
Purple Trans Am cassette tape.
All
Let's
right.
go.
All right.
And then Mel Gibson. You got a crime corner or nature nook to close us out today? What we got? Delco's itching to push a button.
I think we have a nature note.
We have a nook.
We got a nook here today? There it is.
Making Bob work.
Yeah. We're on YouTube, so nobody can die, right? Nailed it.
Good job.
Oh, it's a lot of
Good
pressure. It's so much pressure. I just don't think you understand.
Yeah, no.
Okay. What do we got?
No,
what do we
I
got
know.
here today?
Well, we just have like a funny.
It's a story.
Yeah, we're actually going to be journalists kind of today, right?
This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
It's a nature nook from the Wall Street Journal.
Really?
If that makes sense. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it doesn't make sense.
It will.
It will, yeah. This is just listen to this story and tell me what you think of it as a parent. America saved the Grizzlies, and now the Bears are invading towns.
Invading towns. Okay.
Cody, Wyoming. Since the Grizzlies arrived, harvesting sweet corn has become an unwelcome adrenaline rush for Cecil and Bridget Gallagher. The huge omnivores began showing up on their ranch here a decade ago, forcing them to put up an electric fence to protect a popular fall corn maze. But the grizzly bears have continued coming into the surrounding cornfields. 4 were trapped by state game managers last year. Now, as harvest season looms, the Gallaghers fear for themselves and their children, who will have to walk among the 8-foot-high corn stalks, often separated as they pick, trying to generate enough noise to ward off the bears.
Yeah.
I do a lot of praying, says Bridget Gallagher, 45 years old. So these grizzly bears, the grizzly bears, there's enough of them now that they don't have to be listed as an endangered species anymore, even though they still are.
Right.
Right.
They are coming onto human land, human territory a ton.
Yep.
And this woman is just sending her children out
Yeah.
into the cornfields every day. Gotta harvest the corn.
Got to.
Sorry. She said
Gotta
all we
make a
can
living.
do. But like, you know what she does do? She prays.
She prays.
She sends them out and she prays.
Through Christ, anything is possible.
Hopes they all come back.
Electric fence does its job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We hope that it's on, right?
Yeah. As a parent, that's really all you can do.
Yep.
You know, when you run a farm and you've got to get the work done to put literal food on the table, you got to send your kids off into the grizzly bear fields.
Now, what's fun about this is that this is happening all over Montana and Wyoming, Idaho, places like that. And in one town, I think it's in Cody, but I believe it's in Cody, Wyoming, which is the town we're talking about. They have a fun bear you can practice on if you got to fight a bear off.
A real one?
Well, I'll just show you.
Okay.
This is their practice bear.
Or is it a robot bear?
It's called the Robo Bear.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
And it'll just speed out. You can practice bear macing it. Sometimes they use it to chase away other bears. So they're prepared.
Perfect.
Clearly.
I think
Because
they're going to be fine.
if Nature Nook has shown us anything,
Yep.
is that they are predictable enough that you can practice on a robot one, right?
I think you're good. I think
Yeah.
the kids are good and they're going to live.
Yeah. Nothing will happen other than what you've practiced with this bear.
Practice makes
Yeah.
perfect.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
The town of Cody has found these bears just like wandering on their nature trails and like in town. So like think you're walking through Austin and you know how where they find the bodies on the walkways next to the river and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's just bears walking up and down there. Bears are killing this one ranch. Last year, bears killed 100 calves on this rancher's ranch.
Yeah.
They're just eating cows left and right. They're faster than a horse.
Oh, they're
grizzly
bear.
really fast. We got to see one up close and personal, a little cub, and that fucker was fast. So let alone, holy shit.
Right.
We thought our child was dead.
Oh no, that was a black bear too.
It was a black
Yeah.
bear, yeah.
But
Yeah, grizzly. I just like the idea that like we saved them. You know, Like,
Sure.
we made it so like you couldn't kill them; they were endangered, whatever. And now it's just like
Now it's
they're
a
like
problem.
deer in our neighborhood, right? just walking around.
Can't do anything about it.
Chilling.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
Domesticated, some would say.
Because they're endangered.
Right.
So you can't do anything about it. Not the deer, but the bears. So
Well, they aren't anymore, even though they are, but they aren't, right? Because we've done our part.
So they're not anywhere near their pre like 1900s numbers, but they are. There is enough that they could call them not endangered. But the federal courts have actually blocked that, and they are still considered endangered.
Right.
But yeah, this woman. I was reading this Wall Street Journal article today, and I was like,
And it really
what
just-
is your life? Just stop sending your children into the corn.
can't, Bob. Can't.
But then it won't be like this heartwarming human interest, you know? Otherwise, you would just say, hey, these bears are fucking out of control.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it.
Hey, now, Jaden, don't forget to keep screaming while
Yeah.
you're grabbing that corn, honey.
Yeah,
You think
make.
work stops.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
The grind never
Show
stops.
goes
Yeah.
on, guys.
Yeah.
Show goes on.
What do you want her to like shelter her kids? Like you guys
Yeah, we're not doing
out
that.
in the city?
Not doing that, friend. So she made the right move.
This is why Rob's kids are so soft.
She made the right move.
Because he wouldn't send them out into the cornfields
bears,
while the
yeah.
He
while the
wouldn't
bears
dare.
are attacking.
He wouldn't dare.
No.
Yeah, now you can do
Either
it.
would I.
Yeah, prayers is all you need.
Prayers
Prayers
and
is all you
loud
need.
and being loud.
Yep.
And another thing that's making it worse is that the bears, this has been a thing for a while, but these bears are like drawn to towns too because they're like free food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's fucking people's dogs.
Yes.
There's garbage. There's if you're in Montana and shit, there's ranches where you can just kill a baby cow, no fucking problem.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
why would I hunt a deer when you have just made a pen full of food?
Yeah.
No need. Absolutely no need. And good for them.
Yeah, and we say good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. I'd like to see a bear run for mayor one day. I think that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, a little bear mare. A little bear mare.
Well,
That'd be
after
nice.
he
Bear
kills
mayor.
all the children in the town, there'll be no one to grow up to run for mayor, and
That's
then the
it.
bear's mayor.
Yeah, it'll be like
Bear
a
mare.
little Paddington.
Bear mare.
A little bear mare.
Instead
And
of cocaine bear, it's just bear mare.
Bear mayor. And the other fun thing I like about this too, I don't know if you caught this. So every fall, these people who send their children into the corn to harvest and stuff, they also do a corn maze.
For kids.
And they can't keep the bears away. So there's just a corn maze at your little fall festival that you send your kids to that a bear might pop out of.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We don't
They
know.
Yeah, they should change it to just like a Halloween night one. And you're just like, look, we don't know what's going to happen. Real scary, right?
Yeah. Put some, rub some sticks of butter on the kids' legs. Give them a little scent. Have something
That or
fun
just
like
have
that.
people dressed up as bears and real bears.
So then you don't know
Yeah.
what's
So
real
you're
and
going
what's
through the
not.
corn and then there's just like a dad and like a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the very least, you need to have Robo Bear on the perimeter.
I agree.
True.
So you need prayers, obviously, and then the Robo Bear out there kind of protecting everything. But I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm sending those little kids prayers out there. I hope you guys live. But it is important to make a living. So
I guess just beware if you're going to this particular corn maze for the
Yeah,
fall
in
festival.
In Cody, Wyoming, that it
Just
is
beware.
potentially infested with grizzly bears.
sure is. Sure is.
So-
But enjoy it.
Yeah, but enjoy it. Get your tickets
Obviously
now.
enjoy it. Yeah. Get your tickets
I
now.
think
They're
you
moving
can get
fast.
pre-sale. Yeah.
DrinkinBrosTickets.com.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
get the corn maze, Cody,
We're selling
Wyoming.
them. We're selling them. Cody, Wyoming. James, who's on Crime Corner tomorrow night? What do you got?
McAfee,
Oh, yeah?
John McAfee.
All right.
McAfee. I say McAfee, whatever.
McAfee.
And we, for some reason, had Gary on
Yep.
because he interviewed him and talked to him a little bit before
Spent
he
way too much time with John
died.
McAfee.
Yeah. Which I then heard that Eli had him like on his podcast before. So, you know, John McAfee was talking to everybody, which I didn't know. I thought Gary had some kind of inside track. No, he was talking to everyone.
You thought he was elusive.
I thought he was like only talking to Gary.
Yeah.
Anyways, but it's a fun one. He gets McAfee's tattoo
Live on air?
He brings in a fun little Mexican that looks like an Indian who we
Love that guy. Yeah, looks like Tecumseh.
Yeah, and
It's
he
like
knows.
a cigar store Indian outside of an old saloon.
Yes, and then Coop gets his own ill-advised, but done very well tattoo at
Tastefully
the
done.
end.
Great.
Tastefully done. It's a fun, crazy show, but we do actually talk about John McAfee, and it's fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, download Crime Corner, go to iTunes and rate the show a 5-star for this one and that one. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, and Ross Patterson, this is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.